Good morning. It's time for our daily lectionary reading for Tuesday, the 28th of September. Today we have, continuing with Psalm 140. We're on that for another day or two. One more day tomorrow. Excuse me. And we're continuing our story of Esther 5, 1 to 14, and then we're in 1 John for our New Testament reading. Psalm 140, a prayer for deliverance from enemies. Deliver me, O Lord, from evildoers. Protect me from those who are violent, who plan evil things in their minds and stir up war constantly. They make their tongues sharp as a snake's, and under their lips is the venom of vipers. Sorry, my scroller. Guard me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Protect me from the violent who have planned my downfall. The arrogant have hidden a trap for me, and with cords they spread a net. And along the road they have set snares for me. I say to the Lord, you are my God. Give ear, O Lord, to the voice of my supplications. O Lord, my strong deliverer, you have covered my head in the day of battle. Do not grant, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Do not further their evil plot. Those who surround me lift up their heads. Let the mischief of their lips overwhelm them. Let burning coals fall on them. Let them be flung into pits, no more to rise. Do not let the slanderer be established in the land. Let evil speedily hunt down the violent. I know the Lord maintains the cause of the needy and executes justice for the poor. Surely the righteous shall give thanks to your name, and the upright shall live in your presence. All right, let's keep in mind what's going on in this story is Haman has gotten kind of tricked King Ahasuerus to allow him to eradicate the Jews. Annihilate, kill, and destroy, I think, are the three verbs that they use together. And Mordecai has asked Esther to intervene. And Esther was pointing out she was hesitant because if you come to the king unbidden, you can be put to death. It's death unless he extends his scepter. But she agrees. It's been 3 days in preparation, and this is where we're at. On the third day, Esther put on her royal robes and stood in the inner court of the king's palace, opposite the king's hall. The king was sitting on his royal throne inside the palace, opposite the entrance to the palace. As soon as the king saw Queen Esther standing in the court, he won his favor, and he held out to her the golden scepter that was in his hand. Now, then Esther approached and touched the top of the scepter. And the king said to her, what is it, Queen Esther? What is your request? It shall be given to you, even to the half of my kingdom. And then Esther said, if it pleases the king, let the king and Haman come today to a banquet that I have prepared for the king. And then the king said, bring Haman quickly so that we may do as Esther desires. So the king and Haman went to the banquet that Esther had prepared. And while they were drinking wine, the king said to Esther, what is your petition? It shall be granted you. And what is your request? Even to the half of my kingdom it shall be fulfilled. And then Esther said, this is my petition and request. If I have won the king's favor, and if it pleases the king to grant my petition and fulfill my request, let the king and Haman come tomorrow to the banquet that I will prepare for them, and then I will do as the king has said. And Haman went out that day happy and in good spirits. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate and observed that he neither rose nor trembled before him, he was infuriated with Mordecai. Nevertheless, Haman restrained himself and went home. And then he sent and called for his friends and his wife Zeresh. And Haman recounted to them the splendor of his riches, the number of his sons, all the promotions with which the king had honored him, and how he had advanced him above all the officials and ministers of the king. And man, he sounds like such an arrogant jerk. He calls his friends just to listen to him brag. Now, if you're like me, when you read this, you're wondering why why Esther didn't make her request that day. Why do 2 banquets in 2 days? Okay, where are we at? Haman was bragging, yada, yada, yada. He's such a jerk. Haman added, even Queen Esther let no one but myself come with the king to the banquet that she prepared. Tomorrow also I am invited by her together with the king. Yet all this does me no good so long as I see the Jew Mordecai sitting at the king's gate. And I don't know why I want to say that with a whiny voice, but whiny. Man, Haman he is so unsympathetic. Then his wife Zeresh and all his friends said to him, let a gallows 50 cubits high be made, and in the morning tell the king to have Mordecai hanged on it, and then go with the king to the banquet in good spirits. This advice pleased Haman, and he had the gallows made. 50 cubits. Cubit is about a foot and a half. That's 75 feet tall. Gallows. Huge. I think it's taller than any building we have in Pier. I don't think we have any 8-story buildings, do we? Our and we'll continue with Esther tomorrow. Our New Testament reading, 1 John 2:18 to 20. Warning against antichrists. Yes, that is plural. We'll really get started on the whole left behind rapture thing. There's no antichrist, capital A, one singular. Talks about antichrists, people who deny Christ. Children, it is the last hour. As you have heard that Antichrist is coming, so now many antichrists have come. From this we know that it is the last hour. They went out from us, but they did not belong to us. For if they had belonged to us, they would have remained with us. But by going out, they made it plain that none of them belonged to us. But you have been anointed by the Holy One, and all of you have knowledge. I write to you not because you do not know the truth, but because you know it. And you know that no lie comes from the truth. Who is the liar but the one who denies that Jesus is the Christ, the Messiah? This is the Antichrist, the one who denies the Father and the Son. No one who denies the Son has the Father. Everyone who confesses the Son has the Father also. Let what you heard from the beginning abide in you. And if what you heard from the beginning abides in you, then you will abide in the Son and the Father. And this is what he has promised us, eternal life. And that's your daily lectionary reading for Tuesday, September 28th.